All right, let's move on to the next spot. 4:25 p.m. Eastern. Green Bay Packers at Kansas City Chiefs. Packers 7-1, 4-1 on the road. Chiefs 4-4, 2-2 at home. We're at Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri. 65 Fahrenheit, sunny, 12 miles per hour. There's Eric Swiatek in the house. Great to see you, Eric. Says line seems fair. I have it as a pick 'em. And Slatsy says the game the Eagles played before the Lions, they got smoked by Cardinals Raiders for the past game. I see Herbert having success here on the Chargers. Yeah, I think that you are right here. I think that you are right. Okay, let's break this down. Great to have Eric Swiatek in the house. OG Lowbagger being with us since day one. Packers, Chiefs, 65 Fahrenheit, sunny, 12 miles per hour. Green Bay offense only putting up 229.4 yards through the air, 108.1 through the ground. Defensively, they allowed 216.8 in the air, 115 on the ground. Kansas City putting up 296.1 yards of offense. It's funny that number is so high because I have this vividness of them struggling and Kelsey not looking good. And, Tyreek Hill having that spectacular game early in the season and doing little else. Now, he did have an okay game last night. They get 116.8 yards on the ground, and we know that's going to drop with Noah Edwards-Helaire. Defensively, they allow 269.8, and they allow 121.8 on the ground. We have this has been so Birdie before the Chiefs game got the Packers at +3, and he tweeted it out. And anybody who has a book that offers those opening lines early, like Bet Online and others, could have got it. But now we are at a pick'em or the Chiefs -1. Total is sitting at 54 and
Jimmy, there's still a KC -3 at Bet365 at -105. I just refreshed my feed.
The right now I'm on Bet365. The Chiefs are 1-point favorites. The site that you're looking at it's been kind of funky for like 2 weeks. So if you go on Bet365, are you on Bet365?
No, I'm on SBR.
Yeah. It's just the site's fucked. A lot of stuff going on over there. They sold the company, a lot of shit going on. So, okay, so let's break this down. Packers, Chiefs here. Packers come in on extra rest and preparations after their 7th straight victory, 24-21, at previously unbeaten Arizona. And it was a nice double-up spot. Fortunate for the under, but easy Packers play. When we go to the cash, 4,047 tickets in, 92% of the tickets, 97% of the cash on the Packers, 71% of tickets on the under. We don't know the cash flow at this point. They did it without the services of their top 3 receivers due to COVID and injuries. Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 37 for 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. Preston Ekdahl says, who's betting the Chiefs at this number? Aaron Jones ran 15 times for 59 yards and a touchdown and was Rodgers' #1 target, 7 catches for 51 yards. A.J. Dillon ran 16 times for 78 yards. Randall Cobb had 2 touchdown receptions. It was Jose's bet that Randall Cobb would get. It was his say-hey play of the day, a touchdown at +150. He caught 3 passes for 15 yards, but 2 went for touchdowns, so catch it, Jose. Jalen Smith's tenure with the Packers turned out to be very, very brief. It was wild. Less than a month with Green Bay. Very strange. His whole career has been very strange. So he's gone. So he played 27 defensive snaps. Devondre Campbell had another big game with 7 tackles, 2 for loss, 1 sack. Rasul Douglas, I mean, look at this story. 9 tackles, game-saving interception. And he was on the active roster, added active roster 3 weeks ago. They signed him off the Cardinals practice squad. And there he is picking off Kyler Murray. Now, it was obviously a miscommunication between Murray and A.J. Green. I blame Green. Kingsley Kike left the game, defensive end. Running back Kylan Hill carted off the field in the 3rd quarter. Robert Tonyan tore his ACL in the 3rd quarter, done for the year. Devontae Adams and Alan Lazard were put on reserve COVID list earlier in the week. They're expected to return this week. Marquez Valdez-Scantling also expected to return. And Kevin King, inactive, remains questionable. And as you guys know, Jair Alexander out for the year. Chiefs are on short rest and preparations after their 2017 win last night at home over the Giants. Mahomes 29 of 48 for 275 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The interception was his league-leading 10th. And Trevor Lawrence has 9. Tyreek Hill led the way with 12 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. McCole Hardman, 5 passes for 63 yards. When I watch McCole Hardman play, I'm like, why are you not catching for 100 yards a game, man? Travis Kelce, I worry about him. I feel like he's taking too many big hits, and that this is just the beginning of the end almost. And I don't want to say that, and I don't. Darrell Williams ran 13 times for 49 yards. Derek Gore ran 11 times for 48 yards. Not bad. The defense looked much stronger with both Chris Jones and Frank Clark in, and they acquired Melvin Ingram from the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a 2022 sixth-round pick. Ingram, 32 years old now, played 62% of Pittsburgh's defensive snaps this season, 1 start, 9 tackles, 1 sack, 18 pressures as a pass rusher, and he joins this Chiefs team that's been so bad defensively. Now they're going to improve that Frank Clark and Chris Jones are playing together. But Melvin Ingram's even questionable to play this week with a groin injury. Linebacker Anthony Hitchens, defensive tackle Kalen Saunders, offensive tackle Mike Rimmers listed as inactive this week. God, this is a fascinating football game. Green Bay, Kansas City. Take it away, Bebsie.
I don't think you could put much stock into Melvin Ingram. If Melvin Ingram can't generate much of a stat line opposite TJ Watt, how's he going to do it opposite anybody else? TJ Watt's, a top 3 defensive lineman in football, he's arguably the best edge rusher in football right now. So why do we think that matters? I personally don't. Look, I think this is totally based on what we think Kansas City can do. And look, we know what this offense is capable of. We know that at any given moment, these guys can have a stellar game and go off and look incredible. But I'm seeing a Kansas City team that's gone deep in the playoffs a few years in a row. They just don't seem to be clicking right now. And the Packers should be favored in this, even though they're going on the road to Kansas City. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be intimidated by Arrowhead. He played great, even with his top 3 receivers out. He should be getting at least 2 of them back this week. This is a Green Bay Packers play for me right here. +3 is really nice. I'll take +1. They're still betting. They're still giving KC the benefit of the last 3 years in which they've been fantastic. But right now, Kansas City is not a good football team. And until they prove to me that they are again, you got to fade them, especially against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. So I understand how some people might view this as a trap, potentially, the way, Green Bay 7 straight, Kansas City get right spot at home. I understand the logic of the other side. I just think it's got to be Green Bay.
Do you want +100 or do you want the +1 or -110?
Sorry, what's my other?
+100 on the money line or +1 at -110?
I'm going to take the money line.
All right, Bebsie, moving on. The Packers at +100. So, you want your, in life when there's jealousy amongst your friends, it's always I just can't imagine it. You want your friends to succeed. You want your friends to be better. Everybody rises up together, sort of thing. And then when in gambling, when you see your friend make a smart move and I watch it go past, like Birdie put out the +3 and a bunch of different cappers were like, how is it +3 right now? And the Chiefs hadn't played yet. And for whatever reason, I get this, I guess jealousy is the right word. And this has kept me from making money when I don't move on something because I'm like, well, Birdie got that +3, and now I'm going to sit here and take this even money spot. And it's cost me money. It's cost me money. And I've got to get over it. And I needed to probably say that out loud just so I can hear it. And I'm not going to move on this immediately with you either, but I think Bebsie was just angry with my Molly's fucked off. But this happens to me. I watch cappers get a better line than I can get, and then for whatever reason I and I guess jealous is the perfect word for it. I understand why you're on the Packers here at plus 100. I also love backing teams on consecutive home games. And, the Chiefs are in that situation, and the Packers have a lot of moving parts. I love the consecutive home game situation in football today with Ohio. And Ohio looks, they're a 1-7 team that looks very good, but I digress. Viper says overly cautious, Jimmy, not jealousy. I think there's a bit of jealousy in there, Viper. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Fanatical Jim says Birdie and Pidge's living rent-free with Jimmy. Okay, Bebsie's on the Packers plus 100. I'm going to sit and stare at it throughout the evening. Bebsie, this total sitting at 55 has dropped a half point or a full point. What do you think of it? Is it too high or too low here in Kansas City on Sunday?
I think you're probably looking at what should be a high-scoring affair. But the way the Kansas City offense has been so up and down, I don't know how much stock I would want to put in them scoring points. So
right.
It feels a bit high for me.
We catch that. I catch so many unders lately with these two teams. I've catched unders with Green Bay for a few years now, but KC we've been catching so many lately. This feels too high. Now it's gorgeous all across America on Sunday, but there's 12-mile-per-hour wind, which is not much. I'm interested in this under.